Stefano Brecciaroli from Italy having a very good run here. Remember, this guy finished second in dressage aboard Apollo. Not too much known about him. No record this summer to speak of any distinction. And so far is making himself a serious contender here, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's going really, really well so far. That's the long way. He kind of swung around to take it there at 17, to jump the roll top rather than a big brush with a ditch in front of it. Good up there on that land between the lakes. Really good up there. That's smart. He might have given up a couple of seconds swinging out to make that turn, but the horse jumped really, really easily through here. And that's a factor. You know, the horse doesn't feel like he's being tested or stressed. He's jumping with his ears up, really galloping well between the fences. The Italians have a history of gold medals in show jumping and cross country, just not recently. So we may be seeing a new wave coming in from the Italian team, because Stefano's turning in a really classy performance.
They did have some nice jumping results this past summer, and of course the jumping competition is still to begin here at the World Equestrian Games. But good point you make, Jimmy. We just haven't heard too much about them in recent years, but this is a good-looking combination so far. They're doing great.
Yeah, riding's just like any other sports franchise. They have peaks and valleys, and that's a peak for him up over the top of that corner. That corner is a 90-degree corner, Tim, and what that means is if you don't almost hit the flag with your leg, then you're going to jump an enormous spread. Your horse can jump it, but he has to work. You don't want your horse to work. You want him to gallop up and step. That's why Stefano went the long way in there. You know, he's going a good gallop now. He didn't take anything out of his horse at that big spread jump. He jumped it where it was really narrow. And look at the step on this thing. He is really smoking it.
Has he got enough time left here with the remaining jumps to make the time here?
I don't know. The horses that have been making the time, they've been 10 minutes up at the top of the next hill. So he's a little bit behind. He's got to find the right balance between trying to get home as quick as he can, but not go so fast that he makes a mistake at one of these jumps. Because remember, he's got 6 or 8 world-class jumps still in his future. He's coming up here to 23, 24. Well, we've seen some people come unraveled there.
Yes, we have.
That were going really well. They were having a world championship round over the world championship course, and click. So that he reached back and he said to his horse, "Hey, wake up. We are at the World Games."
Needs a straight line through here. We've seen some problems.
Yeah.
Well done by Stefano and his horse Apollo.
So he's gonna have some time faults. And he knows it. You saw him dig in there and say, "Come on, it's downhill. Let's get running." That's a mature piece of riding, because he used the downhill terrain to get his horse rolling. You see, that horse was halfway back up the hill. He didn't come out of the bridle till he went past that black gate. Now he's got a big, wide jump to jump, and he jumps it really well.
One more to go.
He's got 4 efforts to go and 15 seconds to get there. He's not going to get there in the time. Now it's a question of only have as many time faults as you have to have, but you have to jump all of these jumps. We've seen all 4 of these jumps create problems. He's going the slightly long way here. Careful in the turn. And a big brush jump there. Two jumps to go, and he's headed for the finish line, Tim.
Well, even with the time penalties, boy, to have a clean round here would be a great effort by Brecciaroli and Apollo. And, of course, they bring in the nice 35.5 from dressage. And that was the second best time in the dressage, so suddenly the Italians can maybe make something happen. If he gets clean,
wow,
we'll be looking for him in the jumping.
Yeah, he's all smiles, and he ought to be. That's a really nice round. That is a very nice round. And a good-looking horse galloping through the finish line there.
So the surprise from Italy, Stefano Brecciaroli, good job there with his cross-country ride. A few seconds lost to the scoreboard because of not making the time, but right now here's how it looks.